Louise Thompson, recognized for her time on reality television and her candid discussions about health challenges, marked a significant personal milestone by sharing a heartfelt and reflective tribute to her Stoma bag exactly 2 years after it became a permanent part of her life. The device, which she affectionately named Winnie, after the beloved children's character Winnie the Pooh, was fitted following a life-saving surgical procedure necessitated by her long battle with ulcerative colitis. Diagnosed with the chronic inflammatory bowel condition in 2018, Louise faced years of debilitating symptoms before reaching the point where major intervention became essential. Ulcerative colitis causes persistent inflammation in the colon and rectum, leading to ulcers, bleeding, pain, and other severe complications that can profoundly impact daily life. In her case, the decision to undergo a colectomy, removal of the colon, and create a stoma proved necessary to preserve her health and quality of life. A stoma involves surgically creating an opening in the abdomen through which waste is diverted into an external pouch or bag that the individual manages and empties regularly. On the anniversary, Louise posted an emotional letter addressed directly to Winnie, along with accompanying thoughts and a video that captured the raw mix of gratitude, frustration, and acceptance she feels toward the device. She described their unexpected partnership as one thrust upon them by circumstance rather than choice, likening it to an arranged relationship with an Aquarius personality, independent, stubborn, and brutally honest. Winnie, she wrote, has been attached to her side constantly for 2 full years, teaching lessons in resilience, vulnerability, and perspective that she never anticipated. The letter oscillated between affection and candid resentment. At times, Winnie feels like a best friend, reliably there through every moment. At others, the constant presence and demands become overwhelming. Louise humorously complained about the excessive honesty Winnie provides about her health status, joking that she doesn't always need such detailed updates. She acknowledged the possibility that Winnie might remain part of her life indefinitely, clinging on until the very end, and admitted she is still actively working to make full peace with that reality. Specific anecdotes highlighted the everyday realities of living with a stoma. She recounted a recent Valentine's Day massage where she felt deep resentment because explaining the bag to the therapist seemed too complicated. Instead, she let the misunderstanding stand and hoped for no awkward discoveries. Another frustration involved Winnie disrupting her sleep repeatedly over the past month, waking her from deep rest with issues that required attention, something she wryly compared to preparation for having another child. Despite these challenges, Louise emphasized her commitment to maintaining perspective. She rarely complains about Winnie, even during leaks or other mishaps, choosing instead to vent about trivial things like chipped furniture or noisy pets. This restraint stems from a deep awareness of how fortunate she is to have access to modern medical solutions that allow her to live a relatively normal life. In a moment of broader reflection, she expressed awe at the historical context of her procedure. The first recorded colectomy dates back to the early 1700s, performed by a French surgeon, and she marveled at the courage of early patients while thanking the medical teams who have refined the process over centuries. She credited her own surgical team for their tidy, safe work and pondered future advancements that could improve outcomes for those with inflammatory bowel disease or colon cancer. Louise also opened up about past difficult experiences to illustrate the unpredictability of life with a stoma. One particularly tough incident occurred during a day out in central London. She and her fiancé, Ryan Libby, had enjoyed a smooth morning on his motorbike, arriving early for appointments and planning a relaxed coffee before a podcast recording. Everything felt positive until she noticed a leak, leading to an overwhelming and messy situation. Too emotional to handle the explanation herself, she relied on Ryan to communicate at a nearby private hospital while she waited in a bathroom for an hour as staff searched for replacement supplies. The vulnerability of that moment, being stuck, covered in mess and dependent on others, underscored the ongoing adjustments required. Through it all, Louise maintains an open invitation for questions from others, recognizing that stomas remain unfamiliar or stigmatized for many. Her post blended humor, honesty, and gratitude, serving as both a personal catharsis and a source of support for anyone navigating similar journeys. By naming her bag and addressing it directly, she humanizes what can feel like an isolating medical reality, transforming it into something she can discuss openly and even find moments of connection with. Her story resonates as one of adaptation, strength, and quiet triumph over adversity. 2 years on, the relationship with Winnie is complex, marked by love-hate dynamics, practical frustrations, and profound appreciation for the second chance at health it represents. Louise's willingness to share these layers encourages empathy and reduces stigma, reminding followers that even in vulnerability, there is room for reflection, growth, and hope for the future.